Joined by head coach Kevin Epley down at the Carolina Tennis Center with our women's tennis team getting set for its first weekend of fall action. But before we talk about that, let's talk about this past weekend. You guys had the Gamecock Shootout, sort of an inter-squad little round-robin tournament. Just kind of give us a recap of that and who sort of stood out in that event.
Yeah, we want to do that just to get some matches under our belt and in a competitive format before having SEC competition. So it's been a little while since we've been out there competing, and it actually went really well. I mean, the final match between Megan and Emma, the quality, we had the rest of the team watching the match up in the stands, and the quality was extremely high. I mean, it was some of the highest I'd seen both of the players play, so I feel good about it. Obviously, every day is a new day, and this weekend is a new weekend. But it was good to see that quality of play in the shootout and have the athletes get 3 days of competition. So I feel like we're pretty well prepared.
You mentioned last week that the last time you sort of did this format that Rachel Rohrabacher sort of stood out, and it sort of gave her a lot of confidence, just sort of proving that she could play with players that are at a really elite level.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that did that for anybody on this team in particular this year? I mean, Emma, it seems like Emma's just been winning everything for the past year, so
yeah.
It wasn't, I guess, really too surprising to see her sort of come away as the champion here. But anybody else that maybe you feel like sort of gave them some more confidence playing in this?
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely some good matches all the way through the lineup. Without like Elise and Gabby played pretty well. We had a couple injuries during the tournament, so some of the matches didn't get completed. But I think in the case of Megan and Emma as well. I mean, Megan was in England, didn't have a whole lot of opportunity to practice over the last 6 months, so we weren't real sure how she would do. She was really tight on the first day. By the end, she was playing probably the best I've ever seen her play, and certainly that was the case with Emma as well. And Emma had a kind of a rocky summer. She that sometimes happens after having a successful freshman year, but she kept plugging away. I think she came in not feeling super confident about things, but I think it's a feather in her cap that she was able to access that level and get positive feedback from everybody that was watching it.
All right, well, let's turn our attention to this weekend. We finally got some matches coming up against other competition, SEC competition, going to be up in Knoxville this weekend. I guess tell us about just this event, who's going to be competing, and what we can expect this weekend.
Well, we got some of the best in the SEC. You got Georgia out there. Obviously, they're always good. You've got Vandy. You've got University of Tennessee. Interesting format, kind of like dual matches, hidden dual type of match set up in 3 consecutive matches. I mean, that's pretty serious. So going to be a lot of intensity, a lot of emotional ups and downs, physical ups and downs, mental ups and downs. So expect it to be quite an adventure. But we just want to bring our Gamecock competitive spirit to every single match. We've been talking a lot about the connectivity between the team that we used to have in previous years, and we have younger kids now and we have older kids, and we're just trying to get that unity back, and I think we made a lot of progress this week with that. So I want to see a whole team effort for all 3 days of competition.
Well, last question. I mean, what's been sort of just the number one thing you're preaching to this team going into this first event, and what are you more than anything hoping to get out of this tournament and see from this team?
It's pretty simple. I mean, we're working hard. I mean, yesterday we had one of the toughest, or probably the toughest practice of the year, and I just wanted to test them and see if they could step up to a challenge, and every single one of them did, which was a good sign. It's not real complicated right now. We're looking for intensity. We're looking for a competitive spirit. We're looking for just a lot of fight, and looking to implement some of the simpler things we've been working on. We haven't delved too far into tactics at this point, as we're just working on cultural things. I mean, our team is derived, our success is derived from our culture, so we're really taking it from that kind of broad perspective and making sure that everybody's taking care of, being positive, having the correct attitude, having the correct spirit, the correct fight, accessing their best game. So like I said, I mean, I just want, after the weekend when we're driving home, the teams that played us have a conversation saying that was a Gamecock team.
All right, head coach Kevin Epley, appreciate you joining me out here, and we will check in with you next week, and best of luck this weekend in Knoxville.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.